Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the BJJ GOONS podcast. I'm your host, number one stunner, aka Blast Double Poppy, aka Best Bout Machine, aka The Train Wreck, aka Mushmaster. And sitting across from me is my brother from another mother, the other
DJ
host.
Jackson, aka Action Jackson, aka I'm always on a jet going somewhere, aka I'm about to win 30K.
You're about to win 30K?
I'm about to win 30K.
Before we go to the future, let's ask you a serious question. Everybody wants to know. Where the hell you been at?
I've been everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. So recently, I just went to California to do a tournament. You were at the tournament too, Subversive.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed out there for a few extra days. I went to Mexico to hang out with Perry. You remember Perry? Perry runs a hospital. Perry, Scotty Nelson, those guys run a hospital out there. So I went out there to hang out with Perry for a little bit. And then I've been in Spain and everywhere.
Just everywhere.
Everywhere.
Getting good training in over there?
Over where?
Spain.
Oh, it was Henzo Gracie did a seminar. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. What's it like getting a seminar from him?
It was pretty incredible, man. He shows regular, like really simple jiu-jitsu, but it's super effective and it's different. It's not different, but it is. It's super simple, super basic stuff. But it's stuff like I've added into my game right away. Like I got details to help me with my arm and guillotine, which is something I always wanted to work on. And Henzo is like the arm and guillotine guy. I got details to help with my passing, details to help with my guard, everything. It's just, but it's all real basic stuff. It's not super fancy, and it's stuff that everybody can do, no matter your body type. So I really enjoy it.
Oh, that's dope. So, without further ado, let's get into the show and the topic of discussion across the sports world, like even in the world in general.
Yeah.
My mom was talking about why was this Russian man jumping off a cage and hitting fans. So UFC 221 was Saturday night. 229. I'm sorry. 229. Let's go right into the card. Do you want to just go right to the main event?
Yeah, let's go right into the main event.
Okay. I was wrong.
You were definitely wrong.
I was wrong as shit.
You were super wrong.
Oh my god.
You were wrong twice.
I was wrong twice?
Yeah. You were wrong twice because you lost faith. You lost faith in the GOAT.
In the GOAT?
Yeah, we're watching the fights together, and as the fight kept ticking down, the Black Beast, he was up against the ropes. He did not look like he was going to pull it out, but the Black Beast is one of my favorite fighters. I've met him in person. He's one of the greatest people. He's so nice. He's so cool. He's like a real dude, and he's just I like people like that who are just real. Like he acts, the way he acts is how he acts. Some people think it's an act or a show. That's not an act or a show. That's how he is, and that's how he is 100% of the time. And I really appreciate people like that because in the world with so many fake people and fake personalities, the Black Beast is 100% real, 100% of the time. And man, I never lost hope. And he pulled it out at the end and then ended it with the best post-fight interview I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was first. I love that was a comeback. This was a title eliminator fight, I believe they said. And it was one of the best comebacks ever because I thought it was going to get stopped a few times, like in the first round when he went and grabbed his eye.
Yeah.
And then with 11 seconds left, he knocks him the fuck out.
That's because Donald Trump called him, told him to knock this Russian motherfucker out, and he had to oblige.
USA in this hole.
USA in this hole.
This is we gotta make sure or something. USA in this hole.
USA in this hole.
USA in this hole. And now he might fight the winner of Brock Lesnar in DC, which is insane.
Yeah.
I hope he beats DC, then beats John Jones. Yeah. Your favorite fighter won his fight as well.
My favorite fighter did win his fight as well. He's not my favorite fighter. Max Holloway is definitely my favorite fighter, but I'm a super Khabib fan.
No. We're talking about your favorite fighter, Tony Ferguson.
Oh my god.
Wait. What is your beef with? First of all, congratulations, Tony Ferguson. But what is your beef with Tony Ferguson?
Man, I don't have a rational reason for hating Tony Ferguson as much as I hate him. I just think he's losing every fight. He gets bailed out. He got bailed out again. He was getting the brakes beat off of him by Kevin Lee. Leonardo Venata was on his debut was beating the brakes off
Lando
of him.
Venata.
Yeah, Lando Venata was putting the work on him. He fought some Korean dude, I don't remember his name, but some Korean karate master who was just hitting him with right hands that he couldn't get out of the way of.
Like, was he doing karate? She's like,
he was literally throwing right hands from his hip.
From his hip?
And his hands were down the whole time, and then Tony Ferguson figured it out and ended up beating him. But every single fight, Tony Ferguson starts by getting just worked over. And then he does this ridiculous forward roll anytime he's getting his ass beat to get away. And I don't.
How do you think that works? I noticed that too. He does that weird forward. How does that work?
I don't know.
Do you think like it wakes him up when he falls over?
Maybe he needs to be woke up because he's already about to go to sleep. So maybe that's it. Every time he's about to go to sleep, he does a forward roll, and the forward roll wakes him up. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
And you hate him because he's weird?
He does. It's not because he's weird. It's just. Yeah, I think he does that weird dancing shit, and
it was someone popping locking.
It's not popping locking.
He's not?
No, I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Now here's the thing: if you hate him so much, why don't you challenge him? Because he trains with 10 Planet.
I would 100% fight him.
And you're cool with Eddie Bravo.
I do know Eddie Bravo.
So why don't you get a super fight with Tony?
And Tony Ferguson, combat jiu-jitsu or regular jiu-jitsu. I've never lost a 10 Planet black belt or a fighter. Period. And I never will.
That's bold move. That's a strong words.
Team Leader in jiu-jitsu is better than 10 Planet jiu-jitsu. You just mushed the guy in the face over and over again from 10 Planet, one of the black belts, and he didn't know how to stop it. So
I think the strategy was going to overtime. That's the 10th Planet.
Yeah, the strategy was to not do any jiu-jitsu and then try to win by doing no jiu-jitsu.
So a 10th Planet back take is when you wait for overtime.
Yeah. That's what, when I was fighting Boogeyman, Eddie kept yelling at him he's like, all you have to do is get into overtime and
that's
beat
some
him in
bullshit,
overtime.
Man. That's some bullshit. I hate that shit.
I don't like it either, but those are the rules, and there's no way we were going to make it to overtime.
So what do you think is next for Anthony Pettis?
I don't know, man. He moved down to 45. He looked okay in this fight. I think the next move is just to stay at 55 and just keep going through. He looked okay. He had moments. He almost finished Tony.
Why did they stop in the first round?
I don't know why they stopped it. They said it was because the blood was pouring too much.
Was Tony getting his ass whooped then? Is that when he was getting his ass whooped?
Yeah, it was the second round when they stopped it.
Oh,
they stopped it midway through the second, and then Tony was able to recover. Tony was already recovering though, like he'd already started recovering, but it did look like I thought Pettis was going to finish him there. But I also knew that Pettis had to finish him there, or there's no way he's going to win a fight because his gas tank was fading. But he was putting in good work. He almost finished him, and then when they stopped it, when gave him that break, I knew it was over.
What did you notice something about Pettis? I noticed it. He looks totally different than he did when he was on the drum. Physique wise, I'm starting to think USADA got the best of him.
USADA's got the best of a lot of people, but Pettis has looked good recently too. His last few fights, he's looked good. He just had that terrible run when he dropped to 45, but that could have just been the weight cut. He did not look good at 45 at all, but I think he's fine. I think he just needs to stay at 55 and just keep going.
I've never cut weight seriously, but what do you think of the effects of weight cutting?
It depends on how you do it. I think some people do it wrong and it's terrible, but like George Lockhart is a magician. If you follow George Lockhart Fitness VT diet, you'll feel fine as long as you follow it properly.
Yeah, you gotta actually follow what people say and go 100%. So the main event,
was wrong. It was incredible. You were wrong. I don't know how you could have been wrong about that because I don't understand how people bet against someone who's never lost. Like, he just doesn't know how to lose. He doesn't ever lose anything ever.
No one goes undefeated, DJ. Someone has to lose eventually.
No,
you always eventually lose.
No, you don't.
Yes. Who's retired? Who's retired undefeated besides Floyd?
That's it. And it's about to be Khabib. No one's gonna beat him. He can do that. What he did to Conor is exactly what he does to 100% of the people he fights, and that's what he will do to everyone he fights. The only person that I do think could pose a threat to Khabib is Kevin Lee, because it's wrestling.
Why?
It's wrestling.
You think Kevin Lee's wrestling is on that level? Kevin
Lee's wrestling is really good.
Do you think it's better than Khabib?
It's not better than Khabib.
Can you stop Khabib from taking him down?
Yes.
Why? Wait, what are Kevin Lee's credentials?
He's a D1 wrestler. I don't know if he's an All-American. But
just because he's D1 doesn't mean he's going to deal with... You know where Khabib's from? The best wrestlers in the world come from that pair.
I'm the Khabib guy here. You were the one saying that Conor was going to knock him out. I know where Khabib's from.
Probably because I was trolling, but I kind of did think...
I know Khabib had a really terrible fight with I forgot his name.
Fight?
No, not his last fight. He had a really terrible fight versus a wrestler who actually lives near here. Like on his run up, he does not fight well against wrestlers, and he knocked the guy out. But if he fights other wrestlers, the fight will be it's ugly. It's just a really ugly fight, and that's the only chance he really has of losing.
I was surprised that his hands were good enough to drop Conor.
No, it was a GSP effect. You take him down in the first 2 rounds, gas him out, and then if you have no energy and I have energy, of course my hands are gonna look better than yours.
He like knocked him down like clean.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
It was.
Man, I was wrong because I really believe that Conor had actually like evolved, but he did. It looked like he was doing the same shit.
It's impossible to evolve from what he looked like when he was getting the breaks beat off of him on the ground by Diaz to any type of person that can defend himself versus Khabib. Just that's not enough time. Like it does. There's no way anyone can go from that to be able to defend himself versus Khabib. Khabib's too good.
It was like a dissection. Like he took him down within the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And he was in regular wrestling positions. He didn't care about getting hit.
That's why I know Khabib's going to beat the brakes off of Tony Ferguson, because Khabib it's not real jiu-jitsu when he fights. It's these weird wrestling positions, and it's not like that. Tony Ferguson's jiu-jitsu isn't going to like work on that, because they're not going to be any real jiu-jitsu positions. Like you can't do jiu-jitsu from a lot of the positions that Khabib grapples in.
It's mad hard. I watched a video on how he triangles the legs.
Yeah,
I automatically want to try it now because it's so effective.
Super.
Because it's weird because he'll grab a hand and start punching you. You try to defend the legs, and it's like back and forth, and you're trapped. And that finish, I like the finish. I like that position. Everyone's saying how it wasn't a real choke. That's a real choke.
Yeah, you can not tap to that choke and you're going to wake up with your jaw broke.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought.
Yeah,
I like doing that too to get people's chin to come up.
It's 100% a real choke. It's actually way worse when the chin's down. You're still choking, and now your jaw's going to break if you don't tap.
I'm surprised also that he didn't try to defend it earlier because he knew he had his back fully taken.
Yeah.
But that transition to the choke was pretty quick. But yeah, everybody that's talking shit about him being a pussy for tapping he's tripping. My thing is, if Khabib broke his jaw, how would he talk shit to get people to watch the next fight?
He can't.
To be like Kanye West through the wire.
Oh, but if Khabib did break his jaw, there would have been no brawl. So
what do you mean there would have been a brawl?
If Conor's with his jaw broke, I don't think there's a brawl if that happens.
He wouldn't have been able to know his jaw was broken until. Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to know. I think it would have never happened if. I don't know what happened, but apparently I heard
Dylan said something
wild. He had to say some wild shit.
I really want to find out what he said.
You should ask him.
I will. I don't know why I haven't texted him yet.
Ask him.
Yeah, I will.
Ask him what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, BJJ Goons News.
Yeah.
We're the first to report what exactly he said to drive Khabib insane.
Yeah, and then Khabib jumped over the cage.
Yo, he is the eagle for a reason. He jumped, and it's not like he just tried to jump to like get his feet to touch the floor. He was trying to like do the stink meaner.
Yeah.
The stink meaner. He was trying to do the stink meaner. Knees to chest, stomp him on his head on the way down. He's a G for that.
He is. That was. Hey man, some people don't like when you talk shit.
You know before we continue with the brawl and everything, what is your opinion on shit talk? Not just in jiu-jitsu too, but in general. Like, what is your opinion of it?
I think shit talking is fine because a lot of you have to build hype for a lot of the fights. I know a lot of people say they don't want people to shit talk, but look at everyone who shit talks. They make more money than other people who don't. And Gordon Ryan shit talking has just made people more money in jiu-jitsu. So I like shit talking, but I do think there's a line. Like, and Conor definitely crossed that line. You can't be talking about people's like mothers, fathers, countries, religion and stuff like that. I don't know what that dude Ali did to piss Conor off, but Conor went in on him too in some really deep shit that could have like some really deep stuff.
But it's already known, like the whole Ali Abdelaziz, the terrorist background, being a federal informant. That's all real stuff.
It's all real stuff, and it's already known. But like a lot of people didn't know, and then like it's just bring light to that type of situation again. You know what I mean? But I know
somebody who's not even involved.
Yeah, I know he's just trying to get in the dude's head, but it worked, and he got into his head, and then he jumped the cage and tried to jack up your entire team because of it.
I don't think it worked because here's the thing with trash talk. I don't really try to do it anymore or at all because there are people that you can mentally break with it. But there are some people where if you talk trash to them, they're going to train harder and they're going to be more focused. And if they're already better than you, it's going to be a worse beating.
Yeah, they're going to get a new level of energy if you talk shit to the wrong
Yeah,
person.
so why do you always talk shit to me all the time, DJ? Like, what the fuck?
Because I need that energy out of you.
You need that energy?
I'm bringing that energy out of you.
Well, that's good. Thank you, DJ.
Yeah.
Keep talking shit, all right? And I'll keep on bringing that energy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't even think Khabib is in the wrong.
No, I don't either.
Because there are people, like, he's devout Muslim.
Yeah.
And from all the people that I know that practice Islam, they don't play that shit.
Yeah.
It's not like you're a Christian or something like that.
Dana White said it on the end of the press conference. He said there's different cultures. Like they're from a different culture of people. Like it's not the same. Like most Americans can't even fathom like acting like that in a situation like that because they don't believe like the way he believes. So it's something that they can't even
it's a cultural thing.
Yeah, they can't really fathom doing anything like that. But also he really didn't do anything. He jumped over the cage. Like tried to jump on Dylan, didn't miss, and I don't even think he hit Dylan, and they separated them.
Nah, dude, those people were in there pretty fast.
Yeah, so he didn't do anything. He did nothing different than what Conor did to Jose Aldo back in the day, which was like celebrated. But the only difference is he wanted to kick Dylan in the face with both of his feet. He just didn't make it.
I don't think he should get any kind of punishment.
I don't think so.
Because Conor didn't get any kind of punishment.
When he jumped over and jumped in Jose Aldo's face.
When he jumped over the cage and he wasn't even fighting, he was in the crowd. He could have got arrested for that.
He did get punishment for that.
What did he get?
I don't remember, but I think they actually suspended him. But he didn't have a fight planned in that time.
Oh, maybe.
He probably got fined too.
We got to look that up.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then he could have killed people with that damn trolley.
Yeah.
That hand truck. He could have went to jail. And he didn't get any kind of punishment. So Khabib shouldn't either.
Yeah. But now the worst thing about it is Paul Daly got kicked out of the UFC for hitting Josh Koscheck after the bell.
Mm-hmm.
And if he gets kicked out for that, and Josh Koscheck said something really foul to him about his mother, that's why he hit him in the face. He
did?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He just said, I forgot exactly what it was. It was so long ago, but I remember he said something really foul, and then he hits Josh Koscheck, and then he's kicked out of the UFC immediately, but then, like, nothing is going to happen to these two dudes. So I think that's not that I say anything should happen to him, but I do think that's really unfair, like from Paul Daly's perspective.
Yeah. I kind of blame someone for why Conor lost and why I lost $10. I blame Drake.
It's definitely.
It's a Drake curse.
If Conor had a shot, I knew he had 0 once Drake was in his corner.
I didn't know that before we made this deal.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Drake would show up at the ceremonial weigh-ins. That's not fair, man.
He ruined Kentucky basketball. He ruined Conor McGregor's fight.
What is a worse curse? The Madden curse or the Drake curse?
When Serena Williams lost the Grand Slam, she was far and away the best female tennis player in the world at that time. And Drake shows up to support Serena Williams, and then she gets shellacked at the Grand Slam. His curse is 100%. The Drake curse is 100%. And it goes like throughout all sports. The Madden curse, it's missed a few, and it's just football.
Well, with the Madden curse, it's more serious. Like when Mike Vick was on the cover,
yeah, he did.
He got years in jail. All these people, they're already millionaires.
Yeah.
So they're just losing a game. I think Madden curse is way worse. People's ACLs getting torn, their team sucking the next year. Motherfuckers go to jail. Madden curse.
But the Madden curse isn't 100%. Tom Brady wasn't affected by the Madden curse. Was that the year he got hurt?
That's the year he lost the Super Bowl.
That is the year.
He lost the Super Bowl.
That Madden curse is kind of. Yeah, the Madden curse. Yeah. Yes, I think it does have to be the Madden curse.
Yeah.
And it's lasted so long.
Yeah, decades.
Yeah.
Speaking of trash talk and like super fights, because I know you want to fight Tony Ferguson. So as soon as the show's over, you're gonna have to text Eddie Bravo and Dylan because you're our lead reporter.
Mm-hmm.
And you said Gordon Ryan's name. Why don't you have a super fight with Gordon?
I've been trying to have a super fight with Gordon. I almost had one with him on October 27th, but
for what promotion?
Fight to Win.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
We were trying to set it up, but then he wanted it to be like no weight class, and then Seth decided to not do it because it had been like the card's not right for it. He said so. I want to do it. I think we will. I know he doesn't want to fight me, and he's flat out turned me down a bunch of times. But
why don't you think he wants to fight you?
Because I beat him 3 times already, and his chances of beating me are very slim.
Wow.
Because just like Tim Planet, I've never lost to anybody from DES, and I don't think I ever will, except for Nikki. Nikki Bryant's pretty good. not trying to fight Nicky Ryan. Not trying to fight no kids out here. Those are lose-lose situations.
Man, we got to set up a huge card for you two because, you know, you have a great pedigree and you're a smaller guy, you know?
I'm just better than him.
Just better than him.
Doesn't.
I got my money's on you, DJ. Just make sure you don't go hanging out with Drake before the match.
I don't like Drake enough to ever hang out with Drake before a fight.
All right, good. All right, so our homeboy Muhammad Ali won the Grappling World Series yesterday.
He did.
Making it look easy. DJ, you were watching it intently. What did you think about his performance?
Man, he made it look super easy. Everything he had. So the rules of the tournament, I was going to go. I think you should go as well. We'll probably both go to the next one.
Yeah, definitely. Deal.
But the rules are weird. So the rules of World Series of Grappling are they're 5-minute rounds and a submission only. And at the end of the match, it's supposed to be the guy who does the most submissions wins. But it's a ref decision, basically. Like you have 3 guys and 3 guys pick the winner. Like they do at Worlds where 3 guys raise a hand and
if it doesn't go this, if it doesn't have submission.
And so like it's a real easy way to get jacked over. I feel like because Muhammad in the first World Series got screwed over. Like he's beating the crap out of the guy for 5 minutes and then they raise the other guy's hand.
All right,
but it is $20,000 and I've been screwed over for free at the IBJJF. So if I am like it's $20,000, we got to do it. We got to do it. It doesn't really matter.
Who did he beat? I saw he beat Keenan.
He beat Keenan. He beat Bautista.
Wait a minute. Can we go pause real quick? They were saying that a win over Bautista would be good for Muhammad.
I don't know what they're thinking about.
I don't know what they're smoking over there. They were bugging.
Yeah, I can't believe that they even thought Bautista had a chance to beat Muhammad. There's no way, like in any planet, any world. Muhammad's a world champion. He's the best grappler in the world.
He's the best grappler in the world.
Yeah.
We train with a mutant. Do you know that?
Yeah.
This dude could be on the Redskins.
He should be on the Redskins. He should be a defensive end or somewhere playing some sport, getting paid millions and millions of dollars. But at least he's getting paid $20K for it now.
He's like our Hulk.
I hope he gets to the bank with all that though. he just walk around with like 20.
Yo, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna rob Muhammad? Who's gonna rob Muhammad?
Nobody.
You try to rob Muhammad, he end up robbing you.
Yeah, nobody's gonna rob Muhammad with that $20K. I know what it feels like to have like I've never had $20K on me, but when you have that much cash, you're basically like if anyone tries to rob me, they gotta shoot me. Like I'm not I'm not handing it over.
You're just gonna be one of those guys. You're
I'm
like
just
Triple X Tentacion, like you're gonna have to shoot me for the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like if the 30K tournament pays you in cash, which I hope they just do bank transfers because that's way easier. But if they do pay you
but
cash,
don't you want to burn the money right away in Vegas?
I don't want to burn the money, but my personality doesn't allow me to not go to the casino. It just doesn't. Like I don't want to spend all my money, but it's very hard not to.
If you think about it, going to the casino is better than just leaving it in the bank because you could always double your money up.
What are you doing to me right now?
I'm joking, DJ.
I know you're joking.
Don't burn through that $30,000. You need to get a Tesla.
It'll be fun trying to burn through $30,000. I'll give you that.
Batista's good.
So Batista's very good. He closed the world with Hulk though in the middle heavyweight division.
We got a guy.
Muhammad's a super heavy champ.
Yeah, we got a guy middle heavy though. No comment. We got a guy for both of them. The Quintet was I don't know when it was a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it was this Saturday. And the World Series was Sunday.
I think the biggest story of the night was Gordon Ryan switching from DDS to Team Alpha Male. That was like a whole. I don't know why anyone's not talking about that.
Nah, Team Alpha Male brought in a ringer.
They brought in a ringer?
They brought in a ringer.
They had Munch on the team too.
Yeah. They had a bunch of people not on Team Alpha Male on Team Alpha Male.
You ever play like youth sports where it's like in the county or something and then they get kids that don't live around there on your team?
Yeah.
Like
that's like a big deal. Like
yeah.
They brought in a ringer and then the ringer did what the ringer was supposed to do and then beat up all the old men and ex-Pride fighters that he had to fight. I mean, did he try to see if he beat anybody like currently in their prime besides Craig Jones?
Yeah, but didn't you already beat Craig Jones too?
I beat Craig Jones.
Damn it! Why aren't you more famous, DJ? I had to say something. I think everyone talks about how good I am. I think I'm at best the 4th best guy in the room.
I thought about that earlier, and it was like, I actually thought that I was the 3rd, but it was like, so not in the room. Because in the room, I get jacked up all the time. But
I'm talking about
when Jamil walked in, I was like, like, damn, I'm not even close to being the best person on the team.
First of all, you got probably the best pound for pound guy in the world, Muhammad. Yeah. Then you have Jamil, who has the best guard in the world. Then we have you, which is a machine. So there's like no way I can be in the top 3. And you're in the room hanging and beating on us as well. Yeah. You beat all these guys. You're not getting any love, dude.
I'm gonna start getting love. I don't really care if I get love as long as I get this 30K.
Get this 30K. And you know what's crazy? You know what? You're doing Grappling Industries this weekend.
I am doing Grappling Industries this week. You're doing Grappling Industries too, right?
Maybe, possibly. Maybe, possibly. Got some new tricks up my sleeve that I want to try out.
Yeah, it's the same reason I'm doing it. I'm trying to jump close guard and triangle somebody. Like I just need. I'm trying to just build stuff for my highlight tape, man. I got to go out there, do some moving and some shaking and
for your highlight reel.
Just for my highlight reel.
So
just start tying it together.
When you have that fight with Going Ryan, you can put it on the highlight reel.
Yeah, he's definitely going on the highlight reel next time.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah. I want to have a press conference for a jiu-jitsu event. I think they had it for Quintet.
I don't remember if they had it for Quintet, but I did one when I fought for Grappling Pro, and it was kind of funny.
It was kind of funny?
Yeah, it was funny.
We need like a crowd there to get people hyped, so all the good shit talkers can be there. I think I'm one of the best, but I don't talk shit. Dylan also went in on Keenan. He went on Keenan pretty. Oh, do you want to talk about? Let's talk about what Ali said. His comment.
Yeah.
What about jiu-jitsu?
So essentially, Ali's comment was somebody asked him before the tournament would he rather win Worlds or rather win a 20K tournament? Mm-hmm. And he said he had to think about it a lot. And like when you win Worlds, you still have bills when you go home. You don't get any money. You're still grinding. Like maybe you get some extra money for seminars and private lessons and stuff like that. But it's still really rough. But when you win 20K, you have $20,000. So like your bills are paid for a while. Yes. And it helps you be a professional fighter. And for most of us, like most professional jiu-jitsu athletes aren't really professional jiu-jitsu athletes. They have jobs. They have they're doing other things. They're teaching full time. They try to make money. There's not many people who can just train jiu-jitsu full time and just train jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. But with tournaments coming up like this, like World Series of Grappling, the CBD tournament that I'm doing, hosted by.
Gotta give him the plug.
Yeah, Team CBD. Mm-hmm. Man, these new tournaments are allowing people to become professional jiu-jitsu fighters.
Absolutely.
And it's a really good thing.
I was just thinking, if you and Muhammad, think about how much money you guys have won, you're probably making more money than someone that's up and coming in MMA. You're probably making it more in a year than a lot of MMA fighters are making.
Yeah, people always ask me, because I'm 4-0 as a professional MMA fighter, and they always ask me when I'm going back to MMA. And the plan early this year was to go back early next year. And I'm kind of thinking now, maybe I don't.
Maybe you don't?
Yeah.
I think MMA is a hard life. I remember when Ongla before he made it to ONE FC.
Before he became one of the most famous, the most famous Burmese
athlete ever.
Yeah.
Burmese person ever.
Yeah.
And I remember the struggles that he had to go through. Yeah. Had to work at the gym, teaching kids classes with me, lived in a little apartment, had bills, and then had a young family, and now he blew up. But that's a rare occurrence. And you can hit in the head for a living.
Yeah.
I'd rather get beat up by you and Muhammad and Jamil every day.
And I have CTE when you grow up.
That's dangerous, man. CTE, yeah, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I agree. If they need to pay at Worlds.
They should pay at all the major tournaments.
Pans, Europeans.
They make way more than enough money to pay. A lot of these tournaments, the guy who ran Subversive, the one we did, man, he basically broke even. And he just did it because he loves the sport. But there's IBJJF, they're raking in gobs and gobs of cash.
Yeah.
There's 100 people divisions, and every person is paying $117, and those venues are, I guess they're expensive, but they're not that expensive.
And now every belt has to register and pay yearly dues.
They're raking it in, and they still don't give nearly as much money as they should for how much they make, but anything helps us.
Yeah, I want to be able to make a living just fighting jiu-jitsu.
That is the plan. That is the dream.
You're going to do it, especially after you beat Going Ryan.
After I beat Going Ryan. Well, I'm going to win his 30K first.
Hit the Rolly store with the Rolly on, DJ.
I did already.
Oh, wow.
I already told
you that. Rolly, not a TikTok. Yeah. It never stops.
Never.
So Dylan also is calling people rats out here.
That I don't get.
You don't get it?
I mean, I get it because he acts like Conor, and Conor called Khabib a rat, but Conor called Khabib a rat for a purpose. He was talking about because he was taking the money from like the super shady dude who's in jail now, in the Russian jail. That's why he called him a rat. Yeah, but now Dylan's just calling everybody. Everybody's a rat to Dylan now.
He's talking shit to RDA.
He's talking mad shit to the most people.
That's wild, man. Because you got to see people, man. You don't want to get cow bombed, banged, whatever. You don't want to get mush mastered.
I don't think Dylan's gonna get mush mastered, man.
No, I don't think so.
Dylan's kind of with the shit stuff. Khabib jumped over that cage.
The coach
jumped over him, and then his coaches were gone, and I don't think they landed any punches. But man, Dylan, he put his chin down and he went in. He wasn't trying to get away. He was like, "What's up, cuz?"
Yeah. He said, "What up, cuz?" He said, "Run up, get done up."
Run up and get done up.
Hicks used to say.
Yeah, but
he called out Keenan too. That was weird. I don't know why.
But they both talking shit about him first.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What did Keenan say about him?
I don't know. Keenan's always talking shit to people.
Yeah. No, just do MMA, Dylan. Stop playing with jiu-jitsu, man. Get them paper. We're talking about MMA and jiu-jitsu. Who do you think has the best jiu-jitsu in MMA?
Ooh, the best jiu-jitsu in MMA.
Yeah.
I would have to say, man, because it's got to be Gilbert Burns.
Gilbert Burns.
Yeah, but he hasn't been using his jiu-jitsu in MMA, like, at all. He's been knocking people out. Which his last fight, he ended up losing because it kind of looked like he got a little too knockout happy, trying to land that big punch. But his jiu-jitsu is definitely the best in MMA. He's a world champ.
I got 3.
You got 3?
Because I look at it as the way you're using jiu-jitsu in your fights.
Okay. Okay, that's not Gilbert Burns because he doesn't use any jiu-jitsu.
All right, well, I say about think of a better one. All right. First is Rafael Lovato.
Okay.
All right. He just finished another really good jiu-jitsu guy, John Salter, with a rear naked choke.
Yeah.
All right, next, Damian Maia.
Yeah.
So the best example.
Lovato 1 and Damian Maia 2, or is this just your naming 3?
I'm just naming 3 guys that came to mind when I thought of this.
All right, cool.
So Damian Maia, I mean, he does throws too. Like he body chills someone. Last one, T City.
I'm a little disappointed right now.
Why?
You didn't name your hero.
My hero?
Yeah.
My hero?
You know who your hero is.
Oh, yeah. Jacare?
Yeah.
Yeah. That goes without saying, though.
Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't name Damian Maia or Jacare, but then you said Damian Maia.
I thought you were going to say Jacare. I don't want to steal your thunder.
If it's Damian Maia and Jacare, then it's just them two. And it's not really like a fair or fun argument to have.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why, so remove Damian Maia and Jacare, out. Because
then we're gonna say Lovato and T City. Those are my 2.
Okay, those are.
I thought. I mean, that's boring though. Everyone says Jacare. Of course, Jacare beat the real GOAT.
Yeah,
and Hodger. 1-on-1. Who's the best guy you ever beat, by the way?
Best guy I ever beat.
Yeah, because we talk about how Jacare beat Hodger twice. One time with 1 arm. Although according to the rules at the rules meeting I went to, he would have gotten DQ'd.
Shut up. Don't just shut up. He's gotten. I've heard somebody say that before too. How they said that Jacare stalled because he had 1 arm, and Jacare should have lost the match. I've never been so infuriated by somebody I didn't know in my entire life.
Who said that?
So just some troll online. Like,
yo, you should have told him, send me location, and then snuffed him. Just like this one time.
Yeah. I think the best jiu-jitsu in MMA is T City, definitely is, and DJ, Demetrius Johnson.
That's like a pro wrestling finisher. That shit he did.
Yeah.
To whatever his name is. I feel bad for every guy. The guy who got suplex armbarred. That guy who shall remain nameless.
Yeah, because I know I was trying to do that move after he did it, and I couldn't do it to anybody, and he did it to a dude.
You go to a kids class and try his new move. DJ.
Everybody, white belts, teenagers, not children, because I think I could have finished the child, but young teenagers like Quintet, who's about 14, 120 pounds, couldn't do it to him. He's too good. He was way too good for me to do that move to him. So I don't. Demetrius Johnson's just. I don't know how he landed that in the highest of all fights.
If anyone does this in jiu-jitsu, I think we all should just stop. This is not going to be anything better. Doing it to a resisting opponent in jiu-jitsu where there's no punching and kicking involved.
Why can't I? Yeah, I think the best person I ever beat, well, I guess Gordon 180cc, but it's between Cyborg. I think it's got to be Cyborg.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Day.
That
was a huge win.
Yeah, it was.
Were you like a new black belt?
Yeah, I just got my black belt. And Cyborg had beat Keenan in the semifinals.
That was a BS call too, from what I remember.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Cyborg got 2 because Keenan tried to jump on his back and then Cyborg came up. But don't worry, I held it down. Held it down for the squad.
The Ram Man.
The Ram Man. I was doing a lot of ramming in that match.
No pause. Speaking of ramming, I have a question for you, DJ. Okay. We're gonna get into some fan questions. Is it a good idea to date other BJJ people?
Well,
think wisely. Think about it. Is it a good idea, in your opinion?
Speaking is from the perspective of someone who's dated BJJ people and had them all in, I don't think, I think it is a good idea that they BJJ people, because when I talk to regular girls who don't do jiu-jitsu, there's nothing, I literally just want to get away from them as fast as possible. There's nothing in common. But when you're with someone who does jiu-jitsu, you want to be around that person. You like that person. That's why I like the BJJdating.com is so good, because it allows you to meet people who do the same thing you do. And for someone who's thinking about jiu-jitsu all day, I know a lot of guys probably have the same problem. You just don't want to ever talk to anyone who there's nothing in common. But I do not think it's a good idea to date someone who does jiu-jitsu at your gym. I think that is a terrible idea. I think that's
a horrible idea.
That is the worst idea. But I do think dating other people who do jiu-jitsu is good. But just so many relationships, the probability when you start a relationship of it ending is so high. And then if you guys train together and it ends, that's going to get mad awkward. People are picking sides. You're not going to want to go to the gym and train because you're going to have to see that person all the time. Usually one of the people will just either change gyms anyway or just quit jiu-jitsu altogether. Mm-hmm. So I don't think you should date people who go to your own gym, but I do think dating people who do jiu-jitsu is a good thing.
Well, I think if you're upper belt and you date someone at the same place you train, if you're a higher belt than them, I think if the breakup might not be as bad because you're upper belt, you outrate them. So they probably choose sides with you.
It's not bad for you. It's terrible for them though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about from your perspective, an upper belt perspective. Yeah, but I've been a black belt almost as long for 4 years. Yeah. So I'm thinking from a black belt perspective.
But that's why it shouldn't happen, because there's no way some blue belt girl is going to want to come and train with you teaching all the classes at the gym. It's going to be super awkward for her, and she may just end up just taking off altogether.
What that got to do with me? I mean, I'm talking from my perspective.
There's 2 perspectives to every story, though. So that's why I think it shouldn't happen.
I mean, just be an upper belt and you do it. First of all, I don't even think I would suggest if you're starting out or even if you're upper belt, don't date in the BJJ world, man. And if you do, before you make it official, you gotta, if you're in the early process of it, right? What you gotta do is see if she walks around to other teams and she knows all the upper belts, abort mission, because you will end up getting your feelings hurt. Abort mission. I would get tired of talking about jiu-jitsu all the time, or just always I like doing stuff outside of jiu-jitsu because I dedicate so much of my life.
Yeah.
I would like to meet a nice girl that likes
art.
Yeah.
Art major.
Yeah, but it's really good at something. You don't want no do nothing girl that just is I just like to watch Netflix and do this and that. Don't do shit, because then when you're doing bomb ass shit, they're gonna be like, so you're just always just gonna do jiu-jitsu? Why don't you hang out with me? You gotta date someone that's got something going on. So if as hardcore as you are at jiu-jitsu, you need to find someone equal and something outside of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like that's a good take on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's just my opinion. More fan questions. Do you have any seminars planned, DJ?
I do. I have one. I'm trying to get a seminar. I'm attempting to get a seminar planned in Korea now. I'm going to Korea the first week of November to fight. I fight Victor Hugo first in the Spider Championships, and then I fight most likely Kanan right after that, because Kanan's probably going to win his match. Mm-hmm. And then the winner of the heavyweight division fights the winner of the lightweight division, which will probably be Paulo. So that'll be cool. And then I fight, so I'm going to try to do a seminar in Korea there. And then November 10th, I have one planned in Thailand. But it's super fun because Thailand's like a super big touristy place. You pack out a seminar in Thailand would be really great. And
can you bring me back a pair of Yeezys? I'm size 13.
I got you.
Okay.
Actually, no, I can't. They go up to like an 11. They don't, or 12. 12 is the biggest size they
12?
have. 12 is the biggest size they have.
Just have to bind my feet so I can look fly.
Yeah, just come with me and just try them on yourself.
All right. Well, let's do that after practice too. Then after this. For me, I'm going to Mexico from October 25th to the 30th.
You doing a whole camp?
Huh?
A whole camp?
No. 25th to the 30th is 5 days.
I know, like, you teaching all 5 days?
No. I'm going to have a couple days to go throughout the city. It's in Leon. It's at OSS, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
What city in Mexico?
Leon.
Nice.
So I'm going to
How far is that from Sinaloa?
I don't know.
I only know Sinaloa because I watch Queen of the South, which is a show about drug dealing, and that's where they're from.
Well, guys, I'm definitely not drug dealing, especially if the DA is listening.
Don't get kidnapped. The Mexican cartel is real.
I know.
So, like...
I know. Maybe I'm in a cartel. Yeah, that's what I'm going.
You may be forced into a cartel and be forced to be a mule.
Or a muscle. I'll be the muscle.
I'm
gonna come back home with those big pony polos like the narcos wear. I'm gonna have narco polos speaking Spanish.
You gonna come back as a narco?
Yo, listen, with like gold teeth and stuff. Like, yeah. And then after that, I am going to Roll Star BJJ in November. I think it's the 10th. Not exactly sure. I can't remember. But yeah, those are my seminars.
What place did you just say?
Roll Star.
Roll Star?
Yeah.
I thought you said World Star Jiu-Jitsu.
Yo, that's gonna be the name of my gym when I open
That's
it.
the same. That's first thing.
World Star. Yo,
World Star Jiu-Jitsu.
Yo, if you hear something yell World Star, run.
You have to
run to your car. Run to safety. Do not stop.
I actually want to go in public and yell World Star and just watch people's reactions.
Do you know or have you ever been in a World Star video?
No, I've never been in a World Star video.
Do you know of anyone who has been?
Not personally. Do you?
No. I think that's good. That things are doing the right thing in life.
Doing the right thing.
They're doing the right thing.
If you got friends in World Star videos, you hang out with a pretty sketchy crowd.
All right. If anyone's interested in a seminar from you, what can they do?
Message me on Instagram, DJ_ActionJackson. You can email me at djjacksonjj@gmail.com or message me on Facebook.
Yeah, you can message me on Facebook. You can email me at spriggs.timothy@gmail or my Instagram, TimSpriggsBJJ.
You don't have a Hotmail?
Nah.
All right.
No, I have a Black Planet though. Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just joking. Yeah. I have a Black Planet. This is another one. I don't feel I deserve my most recent promotion to Purple Belt. What should I do?
Ooh. I would have to know who asked the question.
Yeah, man. We're going to look at your name. And if you suck, no.
I mean, it's not about that. Like, if you don't feel like you deserve your promotion, just train harder is the only thing. I think it's your only real option. You're not going to demote yourself. I don't even know if you're allowed to demote yourself. You gotta amp up the training. You got to do more
tournaments,
get some seminars, get more private lessons. Just try to improve your skills as much as you can until you actually until you feel like you're at the level that you should be for a purple belt. But yeah, don't even think about going back. Just do more. Just get better.
You know, it might be a challenge for you at the new belt. I don't really know any background, but if you feel as though you don't deserve it, I mean, that's just your opinion. You got to think about it like this. If you have a reputable coach, or you trust your coach, you should trust in their decision because they're like up above and been doing it longer than you most likely. So they probably know what's best.
Yeah.
Now, if you feel as though you're at a McDojo, then
you probably shouldn't be in a McDojo.
Yeah. You should probably go to another school. And if you get your ass whooped really bad, then ask them to demote you as soon as possible. And training through injuries. Should I train through injuries or take time off to heal?
Depends on the injury. I always look at it with my body personally. If it's an injury that will get worse from training, I don't train like at all. Like if it's an injury that I think is gonna get worse.
Can you give an example of one?
That's gonna get like my shoulder. When I won Nogi Worlds as a brown belt, that entire like camp we did, that Nogi camp, my shoulder was jacked up the whole. My rotator cuff, I got like a small tear in my rotator cuff.
Well, how the hell did you do that?
I don't throwing my hooks wrong. Like throwing my hooks wrong, hitting the doing the jab rounds on that bag in the back. So my shoulder was jacked up, so I couldn't defend lots of retarded things. I remember I was used to getting berimbolo no gi because I couldn't plant my arm down to stop it, and it was just so irritating. But when I talked to Dr. Rosa, our chiropractor, he said like, as long as I don't use my shoulder, which is why I just was forced to just get beat up because I couldn't use my shoulder to defend anything. He's like, as long as I don't use that shoulder while I train, like it won't get any worse, so I can keep training. But if he was to have told me like, if you use your shoulder worse, you're going to tear your rotator cuff, and then you're going to be out for 6 months, then or however long it takes to heal a rotator cuff, I wouldn't have trained at all. I would have let it heal. But it's like he said, you're going to take a month off either way. You can keep training, but you really can't use that shoulder at all.
Wow.
And then there's sometimes like with knees and stuff like that, if you have like a small knee injury and you think it'll make it worse, then you have to stop. But I've had a few injuries where it just doesn't, like it won't get any worse.
Yeah. So what injuries will you train through?
Anytime anything just hurts, I train through it. When like just regular soreness, anytime anything hurts. I dislocated my toe a few weeks ago, and then I did submersible with that. I've been training through that because
didn't they have to crack it back the right way?
Yeah, it went back into place the wrong way because it popped back in. Like I saw it was turned sideways, so I just freaked out and I like grabbed it and it went back, and I thought it was fine. And then I went to California, and then my friend at the hospital like had to re-dislocate it and then put it back into place.
Did it hurt the second time?
So much.
Like scale from 1 to 10.
He got fucking 20. Like he had to.
God damn.
He had to dislocate my toe, and I'm sitting there and I know what he's doing. I'm trying not to look at him so I don't freak out. And he's like, he puts like lotion on his hand so he's grabbing it and he's yanking it and he pops it out and puts it out.
That's when it hurt when he popped it out.
Yeah, it was very bad. But like him popping it out was very bad. Like once it went back in, it felt glorious.
Did you be able to fix my finger? The one I dislocated against Leo Nogueira.
Yeah, I remember what he did to me. I can do it just enough.
I don't trust you that much. You're a good friend of mine, but I don't trust you that much.
You definitely shouldn't.
Didn't
you fight Leo Nogueira mad long ago?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I can still use it. I just can't close it all the way. But I would say I most of the time take time away from injuries because I'm the type of person where I just keep going, and it just gets progressively worse. I haven't had a catastrophic injury since DJ tried to kill me. So, I mean, so far I've been lucky, but...
Man, it's like, yeah, as long as you don't talk shit to me, I won't try to kill you again. It's cool. I'm good.
You ain't really tag teamed me, man. Like, totally tried to kill me.
You know that's my guy. He's always got my guy.
I got jumped, man. Damn. Oh, last one. Oh, no, there's 2 more. I'm nervous about taking my first BJJ class.
No, do it. Do it. Whoever this is, do it right away.
Do it right now.
Do it right now.
Pause the show and go do some jiu-jitsu.
Well, this is getting close to the end of the show, but yeah, just head to jiu-jitsu right now. Don't be nervous. Just go train. Jiu-jitsu, I think, is the best thing for everybody. Everybody needs it, whether you want to be a world champion or whether you just want to be able to defend your family, if it came to that, or defend yourself. It's always a good thing. There's no bad reason to not train jiu-jitsu. It's the best martial art, in my opinion. I definitely think everybody should be training it. Definitely think you should go train right now.
Last one. I'm a white belt. How should I roll against a black belt? Or what should I try to do? I would say you go for, well, first, try to survive. Because that's basically all you're going to be doing. I would say go for your best attacks, but then try to survive and survive technically. Do not spaz, because it's only going to make you more tired. It's only going to piss off the black belt or upper belt that you do. Like if you spaz, I'm not going to give you the space to work on stuff. I'm just going to try to squish you and submit you.
Yeah. I think that rolling with the black belt personally, when white belts roll with me, I don't mind when they try to kill me. I kind of tell them to try to kill me because a lot of times they won't do anything. That's the one thing you can't do, because if you roll with the black belt and you don't do anything because you're afraid of the black belt's magic, like, of course he's going to tap you out because he's a black belt, but you have to still try, and you have to like lower your expectations of a roll. Like if you roll with if a white belt rolls with another white belt, your goal is to tap the white belt out. Like maybe today your goal is to get your guard back, or like don't get mounted as fast as you got mounted yesterday. So always have something in your head and have something to improve on, something you want to work on. I remember when I started Liddy and Greg, 2 purple belts when I was a white belt used to jack me up, and like my goal was just to not get loop choke. It's like they would do loop chokes and triangles on me, so I would just try to avoid those submissions, and it like that's how it started. And then it was like, all right, just pass his guard one time, and maybe I don't actually pass his guard. Maybe I get around his legs and make him turtle. And those were like just little wins in my head, and just something that's always improved. Because if you allow yourself to kind of get like down on just getting mushed every day, it kind of sucks. But always have like just always trying to improve, always focus on the little things that are going to help you get better.
Now, before we wrap up, I just want to say to any potential sponsors, or anyone who watches the podcast and would like to have their product displayed on the board, or give you a shout out, or maybe if you're a clothing sponsor, you would like to give us some fresh gear so we can look fly, you can contact us at Spriggs.Timothy@gmail, or DJ, your email address.
DJ Jackson, JJ@gmail.com.
Yeah, so please give us a call. Do not hesitate. You can hit us up on our Instagrams. Shout out to White Belt BJJ, Tony at White Belt BJJ, for always helping us with the projects and helping us with our studio. Anybody that would just like to support us can, I guess, send us money. I don't know how that's going to work, but
nah, just hit us up. We'll talk. We'll talk. There's different things we can do. Like plug the product on a podcast. Put something up here so people can see. There's a lot of times people don't, especially in the jiu-jitsu community, people won't know about a certain product. Absolutely. And they're watching the podcast. They can see it up here every day. It'll help get your product out.
Yeah, if you're just an individual fan that just wants to donate, we don't like to just get something for nothing. Maybe we could show you a special move. You send us your footage. I can definitely break it down and help you. Anything else, DJ? Any plugs?
Oh, no, just shout out to Aesthetic, my new gi sponsor. Some of the best gis I've ever worn. It's nothing like taking a fresh gi off and being able to train in it. And Spider. The Spider tournament's coming up. Spider's the best sponsor I've ever had. It's great.
Yeah, so they can give you more ski gear so you can go skiing.
Snowboarding, man.
Snowboarding. I'm sorry.
I'd be on the slopes.
I just want to say shout out to VHGS. Very hard to submit. If you would like to buy any of their products, please go to their website. Use the promo code SPRIGS for 10% off. And that's pretty much it, folks. Thanks again for all the support. Thanks for everyone that DMs us questions and shows love. Peace.
Peace.